Hello, my name is Kazadesh, and today we're going to talk about Kovaaks and my experience with it. I've been training Kovaaks for a good few months now. I've been on and off. I trained with it for about 2 months before, like 6 months back, and then I stopped for a long time. And then I started again recently, and I found the Voltaic community, which I'll talk about. And I've been doing it for another like 2 months ever since. And my experience with it is it's incredible. Kovacs is an FPS aim trainer that lets you train a multitude of scenarios, and if you pick the right ones to train, it can provide a instant feedback into your gameplay, especially at first. Now, the Voltaic community is an aim community that has its own benchmarking system and its own routines based upon those benchmarks. It also has game-specific routines and issue-specific routines, but I do the fundamentals routine, as in I want to be better at everything through across all games, so I'm going to do the most broad training. And it's great, honestly. It's a ton of fun. I am personally someone that likes to get better at things, and I like to see that instant feedback, and I love seeing those high scores go up. It makes me feel like I'm being really productive. So this is where I started. This is their benchmarking sheet. There are 6 categories and 3 broader categories. The 6 categories are the important ones, though. And this is where I started at. So I was pretty much almost platinum across the board. I struggled with PGTI and some of the target switching. And so with this, I started doing the platinum routine. I did it, and it took a long time because eventually I was only missing PGTI. PGTI is very difficult. It is a very small moving target that moves very much up and down, and it becomes very hard to track. But eventually I got it. It took me like maybe a month to get platinum complete in the Voltaic community, which I know is much higher than a lot of people start at. To be fair, when I first benchmark, I was like silver, but then I just grinded the benchmarks for like a week, and that's where I got my first screenshot from. And then another like 2 weeks to get platinum complete, and then I've been training for about a month, and I'm encroaching on diamond. So this is my current sheet. So I think being diamond and being almost diamond complete, I think I can talk about what I did to improve and how to avoid plateaus and how to avoid burnout. So burnout is something you want to avoid at all costs. I burned out when I first started playing Kovacs because I just wanted to play and get better. But you can lose sight about what you're getting good for if you are constantly training. Don't overtrain. Don't overtrain at all. If you're playing Kovacs to get better at a game, you should be playing that game more than you play Kovacs. Kovacs just trains mouse control. That's it. It might not even improve your aim in the game if you have a game that has incredible recoil patterns, or all mouse control is going to give you when it comes to something like CS or Valorant is going to be the ability to put your crosshair where you want it to be, right? Which sounds incredible, but what about spray patterns? What about rotations? What about utility? There's so much to a game besides just aiming. So be careful, because there are also plenty of people that have worse scores than me in Kovacs. I'm a pretty high up there. Diamond is relatively good in the Voltaic community. And there are still plenty of people that are higher ranked than me in both Valorant and Apex and every single aim game that probably would have like silver to gold scores because they're very good at the game in particular. Saying that, you will see definite improvement in your aim specifically. I promise you that, especially if you've never aim trained before, and especially if you're bad at aiming already. Aim training for even just like 30 minutes a day will drastically increase your aiming skill very, 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 very quickly. The best way to avoid plateaus would be to switch it up. Take breaks. You want to challenge yourself. A common misconception in the aiming community is that you shouldn't change your sens, or you shouldn't change your FOV, and that you should sit a certain distance away from your monitor, and you should try to keep your setup as consistent as possible. That's all bullshit. Aiming is a motor skill that is so complex that you got to give more credit to your brain. Your brain is incredible. Your brain can adapt. And if you learn the fundamentals of aiming, and you know the fundamentals of aiming, as in a clicking scenario, you need to make smooth straight lines. In a tracking scenario, you need to be smooth. You need to be reactive and not predictive. And in target switching, you need both. You need smooth straight lines and you need smooth reactive tracking. Now, Keep those fundamentals in mind when you're practicing, by the way. That's incredibly important. Eventually, you want to have aim where you can do things. You want to surprise yourself. That's the best part about this, is surprising yourself with your own skill sometimes, where you do something very casually that to another person would be super lucky or super incredible to do. That is the best feeling when it comes to aim training. Now, I've been rambling on, and I've got a ton of stuff to edit, so I'm gonna leave you guys off on some of the clips that I've gotten. Some of them are old, some of them are from when I first started aim training, and some of them are recent. But I'm going to leave you with a few of the clips that I've gotten from aim training. And this isn't like I practiced for 2 months and now I'm insane. No, I still need a lot of work, and none of this is super consistent, especially in game. But it is just an incredible feeling. Thank you.
He's right there. And we're getting shot at from behind. I'm down. He's coming. He's at the door.
Get fucked.
Teammate broke the door. Job. God damn.
Holy
God damn. Is there more?
Yeah, I think so.
Try to. I don't have anything to heal with, so.
Careful.
Broke a shield. Oh, in doorway. God. And you're knocking him. The other guy is right here. Right here. Come out the door on your turn. Oh no!
Oh, get fucking owned, dude.
Not if I steal one of his guns.
Go for it.
Alright, sweet.
Oh, I need.
I think there's a shield out there.
Ah! He sucks.
One guy here.
He sucks. He sucks.
Your fault.
Holy
Oh
fuck.
my god.
Did she have a real gun? Is there anybody there?
Tree.
Aaron?
Fucking
Random
hell.
over
He
there.
just running. I guess that was one hit. They're going in.
Enemy remaining.
Our guys just-
Oh my
Fucking
god.
bomb
Did you
blast.
see that?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Clip it. Yeah.
Whoa, from A? Say
30 seconds left. Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
He's there. He's there.
Nice.
Oh wow. Switching sides. Overtime.